Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my current go-to minimal everyday makeup look that I've been doing the most recently. This is kind of like a no makeup look. It's also technically a no foundation look, so it's a very lightweight. And I love this look so much because it gives a very put together look, but it's so minimal, does not use a lot of products, and it just looks fresh. And it's so perfect for this time of year too. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy. Don't forget to let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and let's just get right into it. I did already apply my skincare, but I still wanted to mention what skincare I use because I'm pretty excited about this serum that I just got. So right now I'm definitely having a very good skin day, and that's because I got a facial yesterday and it really helped my skin. I was actually having a lot of issues with my skin over the last couple of weeks. I was dealing with eczema, a lot of inflammation on my skin, so a lot of redness, and the facial that I had yesterday really calmed everything down, and I actually cannot even believe how not red my skin is looking right now. So the esthetician that did my facial yesterday highly recommended that I picked up the serum from this brand called Venn Skincare, VENN. She actually used pretty much all products from this brand on my skin to complete the facial, and I was just so impressed with how my skin looked. I was like, okay, I need to pick up one of these products. She was saying because I use so many products on my face, I'm constantly taking products on and off, I really need to take care of the barrier of my skin. And she said that the serum would really help me out. So this morning I put on that serum and then I layered it with a really simple moisturizer. I used the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I'll let you guys know how that serum continues to work for me. There's one more thing that I want to do before getting into the makeup, and that is rolling my face with these pink balls. The Skinny Confidential Ice Roller was one of my favorites. I use it almost every single day to depuff my face. And I recently picked up the Pink Balls Ice Roller. That is literally what it's called. And it's so nice because they're two balls on both sides. It kind of like cups your face and it just gives, oh my god, the best facial massage, and it really helps in depuffing. I like to concentrate the balls in a couple different areas of my face. First, I do my jaw, so I kind of cut my jaw with the balls, oh my god. And I push up towards my ear, and then I bring it down towards my lymph node on my neck. Feels so good too because the balls are really cold. Okay, after I do my jawline, I then like to hit my cheekbone, so I just kind of bring it up like this. So here's the difference between both sides of my face. The difference is subtle, but it's totally there, and you do not need to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes doing this. I mean, you totally can if you want to, but if you're in a rush in the morning and you still want to incorporate this type of tool into your routine, you can literally do this for 45 seconds to a minute, and you will still get some really nice results. And I do personally like using a tool like this over something like a gua sha. Gua sha is really great too, of course, but I do feel like this is a lot quicker to use when I just want to very quickly depuff my face. I don't really have to like do as many motions with it. It's just quicker because it's a lot bigger. Now let's talk sunscreen. Both of these sunscreens are not just sunscreens, they really do add something to the look, but two very different things. And obviously I don't use them together, I use one or the other, just depending on what I'm looking for that particular day. So this is the Solara Guardian Angel Super Peptide Sunscreen Milk. I've already mentioned this a couple times on my channel. It's one of my favorite sunscreens for day to day because it is so lightweight. It's a serum texture, so it just melts into the skin immediately, and it also has some really great skincare ingredients. There are peptides, so it's very plumping and moisturizing. It also gives a beautiful glow to the skin, but there's no tint to it at all. The second SPF that I've been loving, and this is the one that I'm going to be applying today, is the Alaskan Skincare Hydrating Pro Mineral Sunscreen. This is very different compared to the Guardian Angel. The main difference is that this is actually tinted. So this is technically a no foundation routine, but I am still getting a little bit of coverage with my SPF. So I put 2 pumps of this on my face and I apply it with my fingers, of course. Here's what it looks like. And I'm just going to blend it, massage it into my skin. And you can see it kind of just erases the redness. So it really doesn't add like coverage per se, but that little hint of tint and color just helps to even things out a little bit. It's also pretty hydrating and gives a really nice glow to the skin too. For my concealer, I am still loving the Glowish Bright Light. I use the shade Light, and this is a very sheer light coverage concealer. It has this way of giving you like the lightest hint of coverage, so it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look like you're wearing a full coverage concealer, But even though it doesn't really give you that much coverage, it still brightens up the under eyes so well. Like, look at the difference between this side and this side. You can still see a little bit of my darkness underneath my eyes, which I'm totally okay with because that also lends to like the more natural look that I'm going for, but it looks significantly brighter, and it also has the most flattering sheen. It's not glowy, it's not like a natural metallic sheen, but it just looks fresh. And it's hard to find a concealer that really strikes this balance perfectly. This is kind of what I wanted the Rare Beauty eye brightener to be. This is like the no makeup staple concealer. I don't even think there's another one that I would recommend more at this point after trying this, which is saying a lot. It also works really nicely around the face. I do always put a little bit of concealer around my nose because I just get really red and inflamed in that area. I'm also just gonna put a couple dots down the bridge of my nose just to add some lightness there. So I think you can see why I love this combo so much, because this is just a tinted sunscreen and this is a super sheer light coverage concealer, but together I feel like my base looks very perfected. Still very lightweight, still very natural looking, but perfected. No matter how little foundation or concealer I wear, I always like to set just a little bit. And to no surprise, of course, I'm using my Kosas Cloud Set. I'm using the shade Feathery. And I'm just taking the teeniest, littlest bit and just very lightly setting underneath my eyes and the center of my face. For brows, I'll either just go in with a brow gel, this is my Refi brow gel, or I'll use my Kosas Air Brow, or I'll put in a few flicks of my Glossier Brow Flick just to kind of add some fullness in a couple key spots. So I'm going to show you guys with both of the products just to give you the full effect. Brow Flick from Glossier is a brow pen. Brow pens can sometimes be a little bit intimidating because they are typically very inky and intense. So you kind of have to be a little bit more precise when you apply them. You need to be a little bit more careful. But I really love brow markers because you can get such nice, precise brow-like strokes and they will stay looking precise the entire day. But the Glossier one is a little bit different from other brow pens that I've tried because it's just very user-friendly. I feel like it's hard to mess up. It's not like too intense where you really have to be super careful when you use it. I feel like I'm able to kind of haphazardly draw my little strokes throughout my brow and it just always looks good no matter what. And that's the most important thing when it comes to like my everyday makeup looks. I need things that are quick, easy. I don't want to spend too much time doing like annoying things like filling in my brows. And so if I am putting in the extra effort to actually fill in my brows, it's nice to have something that is as easy as the Glossier Brow Flick. This is an awesome brow gel if you want really feathery, flat looking brows. Like this is gonna give you a laminated brow look. Took me a second to like get the hang of this because it's a lot thicker and more intense than a lot of the other brow gels that I use, which typically have like good hold, but it's more of like a soft hold. This is a strong hold brow gel. Like it kind of feels like glue and you can see how flat my brows look. It's just really important to use a small amount of product, and then you want to take the little comb on the other side and the brush and just kind of shape the brows how you like them. And once you have them how you like them and you let them set, you don't touch them, because if you go in to like brush them with a spoolie, you are going to get a white flaky mess all over your face, and it just makes them look so feathery, which I've been really liking lately. I'm very passionate about my bronzers, especially my natural bronzers, and there are 3 currently that I'm kind of circling between. Of course, one of my absolute favorites, the Makeup by Mario Self Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. This one, my bronzer tournament, it is top tier, my absolute favorite bronzer. All of these bronzers look like skin. I would say this one kind of looks the most like it's really part of your skin. It just has the perfect amount of sheerness to it. And I actually have hit pan on it. I see a little reflection of the pan over here, which is pretty exciting. A newer favorite is the Tower 28 Sculptino in Getty. This one has a little bit more oomph compared to the Makeup by Mario, meaning there's a little bit more pigment. And then kind of in between these two is this guy. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer in the shade Sunbeam. All these products are so different from each other, but this is the most different because it's more of like a gel-like texture, whereas these guys are creams. It's such an effortless product to use. Because of that gel-like consistency, I find I'm able to blend it in with my fingers with no problem. So I kind of just like spread it out and then I dot it on my cheekbones with my fingers. And it's such a thin gel-like consistency, so it really doesn't take much blending to get it to melt into the skin. And all these products work really nicely both on bare skin and on top of foundation. Some kind of need something underneath for it to really blend properly, and these guys don't. And what I like about this guy is that it actually kind of sets down And I find that even though it is very sheer, it's quite long wearing, which is hard to find. A lot of sheer products will just fade very quickly throughout the day. This one really like sets down on the face and doesn't really go anywhere. And this one is definitely the sheerest of the three, but that's what I'm going for. Blush. This is a new combo that I just discovered that is unbelievable. So this is the Hot Fire blush from Nude 6, and I've been wearing this on its own, and I recently got this blush from Danessa Myricks. It's the Jubilee Yummy Skin blush, and I combined these two together one day, and it gives that perfect like sun-kissed blushy look. So I go in first with Jubilee, and I'm actually gonna use a brush with this. You could totally use your fingers, but I find that I get a better and more diffused application with a brush. And I'm applying this on my entire cheek, like from the apple of my cheek all the way back. Then I go in with the Hot Fire blush, which is like the bright cherry red. It's so intense. And I put this on the apples of my cheeks. I do the same thing, I just pick it up with the brush and just pop it right on the apple. And these two colors just work so seamlessly together. Red can be a little bit of a scarier blush color to use. It's also, I find, one of the most natural colors to use, because what is the color of your face when you turned flushed? So if you do want a very naturally blush look, red is actually one of the most natural blush shades that you could wear, as long as you apply it sparingly or even incorporate it with another blush like I did today. It still keeps it very, very wearable. As for highlighter, I don't really apply highlighter every single day because I have so many creams going on and my base in general is just very glowy. I don't necessarily feel like I need it, but sometimes I do want a little bit of that extra glow, and I've been really, really loving the Say Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. This is a product that you can either mix in with your foundation, you could apply it on its own like I'm doing right now. And a lot of these types of products are typically a bit on like the thicker side. I find they're normally like a lot creamier. I really like this one because it is a gel. So it's very, very lightweight and it layers really nicely on top of bare skin, foundation, whatever you want. And it just gives like the nicest hint of reflection and sheen wherever you put it. It's a really good one. Before I apply my mascara, I'm gonna set my face with my Cali Ray Surf Proof Setting Spray. This is a product that I purchased during the Sephora Spring Savings event, and I've been using it every single day as my like finishing touch, as my setting spray, and this stuff works. I did a very, very, very sweaty workout the other day. Like I was sweating from my face, and I don't normally wear a full face of makeup during my workouts, but it just so happened that it worked out that way. And I had this setting spray on and I was fully convinced that I would look like a mess after that workout. But when I looked in the mirror, I was shook because my foundation, my blush, my bronzer, everything that was on my face, even my winged eyeliner, was perfectly intact. And so now, especially we're getting to the sweaty season, this is kind of a must. So I'm just spraying this everywhere to lock everything in. And it's also a setting spray that really melts everything together and just keeps everything looking nice and dewy and hydrating. For my eyes, I'm not doing anything special other than just curling my lashes and applying some mascara. And for my mascara today, I'm just gonna use my Benefit Roller Lash. I'm just gonna put a very light coat of this. I don't want my lashes to be too intense. For the lip, I'm actually really excited to share this with you because I've been wearing this nonstop over the last couple of days, and this is such a great lip product for like no makeup days because you don't really have to worry about it after you initially apply it. And that's because it is a staining product. So this is kind of similar to like the Rare Beauty lip oils. It goes on in a very like lightweight, oily way, but then it completely sets down and actually stains the lips. And this color is called Coral Kiss, which I am obsessed with. It's such a good rusty coral shade. It's also not drying at all, and it just gives like the lightest wash of color. And you could totally keep it on its own, but I do also like to line my lips just to kind of amp it up just a little bit. This is Rare Beauty Wise. Because this is a cool tone brown, it's just gonna cool down the actual lip color a little bit. And then I'm just gonna layer a little bit more on just to amplify the color. And I just feel like it ties in the cheeks so nicely. And then this is the final look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. See what I mean though? Like this didn't take a lot of products. It also doesn't take a lot of time. If I wasn't talking to the camera, I could probably get this done honestly in like 7 minutes, but it still looks like a look that looks very put together, and I love that. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this look and all the products that I used today in the comments, and hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.